I'm Brett.
I'm Braden.
And I'm Sean, and we're from Season 4 of Farmer Wants a Wife, and you're listening to Like a Farmer.
So, Jerry Miller is this guy's name, thefarmersonly.com. And we went to Ohio and interviewed him. And this is like a guy who was in marketing and ag. He might have done a little bit of sales and ag, but like he understood that when you're in that type of atmosphere, that middle of nowhere, rural America, small town America, like it's really hard to find love. Mm-hmm. And to create like a monster like that, like farmersonly.com, is just unbelievable. And that was one of my favorite episodes because it really hits home in the fact of it's more than just what you do on a daily basis as your occupation, but there's like a personal life to it too. And that's why I think Farmer Wants a Wife is so cool. And then today, you know, we've got Brett, Braden, Sean. Got Farmer Wants a Wife coming out on April 21st, 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox, which I'm just completely stoked about. And this is my second year doing this, but I'm such a huge fan of what y'all do as an occupation, but now as exposing yourself. This is not something that it's like, you know, hell yeah, I'm going to go date on TV. Right. Like, that's not... I mean, it's cool that y'all are doing it, but it's doing more than just dating on TV. Like, you're shining light to what you do full time, right? So, like, I want to start with you, Brett. Like, why, how did this happen right here?
Somebody reached out to me on Instagram.
And you were just like, I'm in.
Well, I mean, it was more of like, it's a cool opportunity. And I'm not one to shy away from an opportunity that may lead to who knows what. You know, if there's upside to it, you got to take it. So that was kind of my outlook on it. And, you know, and if I find a girlfriend or a wife out of it, even better. So that was kind of how it started for me. It's just looking at an opportunity and seeing that it could be great. And like you said, you get to highlight some really cool stuff about your life. And, it works out for the best and even better.
Yeah, I mean, kind of the same deal. Got a message on Instagram and thought it was fake. I was like, this, you know. And
just a random DM.
You know, early on, you know, I was kind of like, wait a minute, like, hold on. And I'm like, because I honestly never really watched the show before, and I was like, I don't know if, like, I'm not the reality TV guy, you know.
But were y'all doing content at the time, like, hey, this person is a farmer, and, like, we need to get them on, or?
I mean, I do a little bit of music on the side, songwriting, but nothing on, like, you know, I don't live here in town, you know, I don't, you know, do it. It just, that's what I do when I'm not farming. But, no, with this show, back to what you were saying about like showcasing farming, you know, I'm a corn and soybean farmer, and there's a lot of misconception on like how that works. There's a lot more that goes into that than meets the eye. And, you know, that was something really appealing with me, is like, same with what you're saying, man, if this like works out great, like that's awesome. But also to showcase kind of what we do and showcase my family farm, you know, that was something big for me for sure.
How about you, Sean?
I was kind of in the same exact position. I got a DM one day on Instagram from the casting company for the show. I had never seen the show nor heard of it. And I had some like pictures of me farming on my Instagram, but I had like 500 followers. And I got the DM and I was like, this has got to be a scam. And I remember my dad was in the car with me, and the casting company called me and kind of told me about the whole opportunity. And I was like, this has got to be a joke. And then the more I looked into it, it just sounded like a fun opportunity. And I was like, you know what? I'm young. Why not do it? And I'm glad I did. I think all three of us can say that.
And the cool thing, too, Sean, I mean, you think California.
Mm-hmm. It's a huge agriculture state. Huge.
It's number one.
Yeah.
I mean, what people would say, like, yeah, California's L.A., San Diego, San Francisco. Mm-hmm. It's the number one agriculture state in the country. And my business partner, Josh Allen, who plays for the Bills, I mean, he's from Fireball, California, and, like, he's a farmer in the off-season. That's what he does. His family farms year-round. But when you think about geographically, it's like we talk about the flyover states, and it's cool to see California being represented right now, especially I feel like from what I've read, farm to table is very popular.
That's what I'm known on as the show is the farm to table farmer. So we grow all the produce on my property, and then just seeing the process of taking the produce, bringing it right to the restaurant. Our menu at our restaurant is extremely seasonal, so it changes up like every month, and it's such a cool process to be involved with all of it. And as of recent, I've taken much more aside of like the business kind of things to see how I can sustain the lifestyle long term. But it's such an amazing lifestyle to live, I think, for all three of us. I mean, it's so cool. I think farm life is extremely glorified online, and it is glorifying, but it's also, there's a lot of hard work that goes into it, you know?
Well, it's the new thing. I mean, and that's the whole concept of why Josh and I started this show. It's like driving a pickup truck, wearing cowboy boots, wearing a cowboy hat, listening to country music. Like, it's the cool thing to do now, which is awesome. And you want to keep it that way, but it's like, hey, this is more than just that type of side of it.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is actually, I do believe that culinary is probably one of our biggest pillars in the company, and the fact of like not only where your food comes from, but like who grows your food. And it's more than like going to the grocery store and it just happens to be there. Like, no, these are actually people that raise it, grow it, tend to it, whatever it might be, depending on your commodity, that like, hey, this is actually a legit thing.
From the ground up, literally from the ground up, you know.
And then even speaking with you, I mean, you're multi-generational. 5 generations?
Yes, sir.
Look at that. Team's done pretty good there. I mean, we've, like I mentioned in Florida, I mean, multi-generational, like even now, think about not only the hard times of being a farmer today, but keeping it in the family. Especially when you think about generation, money, like understanding, I mean, your most appreciable asset on your balance sheet will always be real estate, the farm ground. Like, how has it been keeping it in the family for that long?
I mean, we're real fortunate, and we have a lot of landlords and stuff like that have been very loyal to us. But yeah, we've kept it in the family, and, that's just goes to show how like close knit our family is, and we don't let anything get in the way, because it can be hard. But the hard part about farming now, and the kind of scary part, is kind of the corporate farmer is starting to rise, and then the family farms are starting to go down,
right.
Which I do think that's some people have been saying since the beginning of time, with farming, like, oh, the family farms are going away, and they're still hanging on. But yeah, there's some scary times, where you just see these big farms just getting bigger and bigger.
Corporate America's in farming,
right,
yeah.
Right. And so, but we are very fortunate, and I think my whole family just takes a lot of pride in the farm, and that was the number one thing for me, choosing to farm, because it was never forced on me ever. My dad's like, you can do whatever you want to do, and I'm really thankful for that. But I saw how much pride my grandpa took in it. I saw how much pride my dad took in it, and I wanted to be just like them when I was younger. So that's kind of what led me to do it.
I think why I enjoy highlighting y'all, and what I like doing about this is when you think about television, reality television as it is, it's like, oh, it must be fake. Like, you got 3 good-looking men here, they just made up. They're not really far. It's cool that, like, hey, we get it, we understand it, and this is what we do, and we're here to highlight it. And like, you're spot on, and you're intelligent when you think about that, of like, corporate America's in it. Bill Gates is the largest landowner, and you can look at that one way or the other, as in
right.
Like, he's going to keep it in farmland, or you have more people coming in. Development is a huge thing in farming, especially in California, Tennessee. The fact that, like, you're here, like, hey, we're all in and we need to do it, and we're multi-generational, like, I think that means something.
100%. Absolutely.
And then you've got Tennessee. Did a little bit of bull riding back in the day, too.
Yeah.
Got an athlete
when I was
here.
young, yeah.
Where did that even come about? How far are you from Nashville, where we're at today?
Where I'm from is about an hour 45 from here, southwest. So it's right on the Mississippi-Alabama border, right on the Tennessee River. But I mean, my family has had cattle for 3 generations. So I mean, I've been around it my whole life, and horses. I never really was involved with it much growing up. It was more sports for me. But when I got out of high school and got into college, that's when I honestly, I was kind of bored, and I was like, what would be fun to get some adrenaline flowing, and bull riding is what stuck out. So that's how that started. I rode for about 6 years, and got my tail whipped a bunch, and and decided to hang it up after a couple of concussions. But for the cattle side of it, I've always enjoyed cattle, and I mean, it is the cowboy side of it. I've worked on cattle ranches out in West Texas and Fort Worth, out in Saginaw. And, like I said, we've had cattle and horses growing up and still do today. So it's something that's, kind of built in the blood, I guess. But our operation's a lot smaller than what yours is. We're not doing 10,000 head by any means, or 10,000 acres worth, or but like you said, your cattle business, it's always up and down. Hopefully you get a good year out of it and get some good calves. And
year's been great. Best year since 2015.
Isn't it? It's wild. And
beef, it's what's for dinner. That used to be any like small town, you'd see a pickup truck with a sticker like beef.
Yeah. That's why most of the trucks you see have that beef tag on the front. But yeah, I mean, it's something that you take pride in, and you want to continue the legacy for your children when they come, and you teach them how to live off the land, and how to work the land, and how to work your animals. And I think it's just a clean lifestyle, and I think that's what's important about it. It's not always glamorous. It's not what people think it is in the movies or the TV shows, but it can be at times. But a lot of times, it's it's the work that makes you enjoy it.
I think, and I appreciate you saying the word lifestyle, and it goes back to the other concept of the show. It's like, this lifestyle is it. Whether you think about COVID, everybody getting outside, whether you think about what Sheridan's doing, all the TV shows, but like, that was my biggest thing. It's like, I don't care. I tell everybody, I joke about it all the time. My older brother and my mom, they run the farming business. I'm not a full-time farmer whatsoever. So I made a bunch of money creating a brand called Like a Farmer.
Sure.
Because I want to be like a farmer, right? Like, I want to live like, I want to eat, I want to party, I want to hang, I want to do everything like a farmer and have that mentality. I'm curious on all y'all's opinion on this. Like, why is that lifestyle so popular right now? And you see it. This isn't no Joe Schmo dating. This is season 4. So you think about season 4, just to get past season 1 means something. So that means that this type of content and or lifestyle is very popular right now. Like, why do you think that is? Like, why is everybody all in on the cowboy hats, the cowboy boots, the country music? Like, why at any time of like, hey, this is just a thankless job, not knowing that where your food comes from or how you're eating or where your beer comes from or whatever. Like, why now? Or people are like, you know what? Hell yeah. Cowboying sexy, farming sexy. Like, I want to date those types of people. Why is that lifestyle so popular now?
I think there's honestly just a shift in culture, in my opinion. I mean, because it went from that was left to those types of people to now that's kind of the mainstream thing, and I think a lot of it has to do with people are more they have a lot more information on what actually goes into it. And that's appealing to people now. It's appealing to go buy your own land, get chickens, raise your own crops, have the animals, do the jobs. Even if they're hobby even if they're hobby farms, you're still interacting, and it's the way that we're supposed to be. Like, we're not supposed to live in stuff like this. We're supposed to be out on the land. We're supposed to have animals. We're supposed to learn responsibility, how to take care of other things. And you teach that to your kids and let them come up understanding what it's like to respect wildlife, respect, crops, how to grow things, how to do things. And I think that's what's appealing. I mean, you can look at it any day, and I mean, anybody on Instagram, and it's mostly the people that aren't in that life where it's like, I'm one thing away from packing up and moving to the South and buying a ranch, you know, and like stuff like that. And I think that's great because I think that's the cleanest way to live. I mean, I do. I think it's, you know, it teaches respect. It teaches hard work. It teaches morality. I mean, good morals, good ethics. That's what you want out of life. And I think there's a huge shift because, I mean, honestly, there's not a whole lot of morality anymore. And I think that's what's gravitating to that lifestyle is that's what it is. It's a clean way of living. And I think people are longing for that sort of thing. So put on a cowboy hat, put on your boots, play the part, go out and buy some chickens and get back to your roots.
Yes, ma'am. No, sir.
Yeah.
Take your hat off. You know, when you're open the door for a lady, open the truck door for a lady, like that, being polite, like that type of lifestyle. Parker McCollum came on the show not too long ago and just hit it right on the tee of like, not just how you live, but like how you act is to the tee of what's popular now, which is freaking awesome. How do you think about that?
No, I couldn't say it any better than that. And, you know, I know the way I grew up, and I wouldn't want to grow up a different way because, like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, like that's just how it is. And, but on a, you know, other note from that, because Brett did a great job summing that up, but I'd even go to say country music's a huge part of why this stuff's cool.
Number one stream genre the last 5 years.
I mean, like, it's arguably as cool as it's ever been.
Everybody's in it.
And everybody's coming to Nashville. And that's you know, again, with all you saying, like, that's totally right. But, like, on the other side of that, I mean, country music, it's kind of the cool thing. Morgan Wallen's on fire, you know, and everybody's just, you know, you go to, like, I'm trying to think of the award show I'm blanking. That's not country music.
The Oscars or
No.
Grammys?
Grammys. Yeah.
Sorry, Grammys.
Yeah. Oscars is acting.
The movies. Yeah.
I'm with you. Hey, it's
mixing it
okay.
up.
It's easy to get mixed up.
Sean's going to get an Oscar after this. But, no, like, even the Grammys, you used to never see country music. You know what I mean? And now, and even, like, you know, there's a lot of stuff coming out now that would have never worked 5 years ago. You know, like the Chris Stapletons or, you know, a Tyler Childers, stuff like that. So I think a lot of that's becoming cool, and that goes back to, like, the kind of cowboy culture, and that kind of goes hand in hand with farming and just the outdoors. I just think all that's kind of became so much more popular now, where everybody's thinking, hey, yeah, I might want to go get out of the city and buy some land.
And do it.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's funny you say that, and this is the first time me talking about it because it just happened not too long ago. But so Dan and Shay, they've won 3 Grammys. I mean, Dan and Shay, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful voices in country music. We're in Augusta the other day, and Tyler Hubbard, Florida Georgia line, he had just, you know, I'm manifesting that FGO comes back. Not saying that I know anything, that I don't know anything. I just, when you think about Tyler or Brian, I think about FGO. Changed the game.
Yeah.
I was talking to Hubbard, and Shay Mooney from Dan and Shay walked up to me, and I didn't know who he was, and he was like, "Hey Pat, Shay, I'm a big fan," and just walked away. And I looked at my agent, and I'm assuming like he's like messing with me. Like, this dude's won 3 Grammys. He has no idea who I am. And I saw him later that night, and he was just like, hey, no, like, I just want to let you know, like, I watch your shows every week. Like, what you do and highlighting, you know, this type of lifestyle, like, means a lot to me. Like, he's building a farmhouse right now. He's from the farm. He wants to go back to the farm, raise his kids on the farm. And, like, to your point on the Grammys and those awards, like, it's more than just the music. It's, like, the storytelling.
It's the lifestyle behind it. Correct. That, you know, and I think, like, lyrically, you know, that goes so much of a longer way now where, you know, they're singing about this lifestyle, and it's just making people, you know, I think it resonates with people a lot more now.
Totally.
So.
What do you think, Sean?
I mean, I think these guys summed it up pretty good. I totally agree. I think in such a fast-paced digital world we live in nowadays, I think the old school, like, traditional beliefs are so rare nowadays. And I think those beliefs are kind of, like, associated with, like, farmers or ranchers or people in the South or whatever it is. I think that lifestyle is so rare nowadays, and I think people see it all the time over social media, and they meet people that are involved in farming and ranching, and I think they want that because it's like exactly like you said, Brett. It's like the way we're supposed to live, like living off the land, living around animals, being self-sustaining, seeing the produce grow and tending to the animals and everything that comes with it. It's like how we're supposed to live, and I think in such a fast-paced day and age, that's so rare. And I think people that live like a normal city life, they look at a traditional farmer life and they want that.
Hey y'all, it's Pat, and I'm excited to welcome Ducks Unlimited to the Like a Farmer podcast. Your hunt starts with healthy wetlands and associated habitats. From the Alaskan wilderness to the Atlantic flyway, across America's Great Plains and down the Mississippi Delta, Ducks Unlimited has been protecting and restoring habitats for nearly 90 years. But their work is far from over. They need our help to reach the next million-acre milestone and ensure waterfowl for generations to come. DU volunteers and supporters have led the charge to fill the skies with waterfowl today, tomorrow, and forever. Why don't you come join the team that's making a real difference? Ducks Unlimited is powered by people like you. With your help, they can continue to raise funds that drive wetlands conservation across the whole continent. Whether you are out selling tickets, securing donations, or finding that next sponsor, they have a role for everyone. If you want to join today, visit www.ducks.org/volunteer. Ducks Unlimited, conservation for a continent. How was the first time that y'all were like, hey, here are the guys and these are the ladies coming in? Like, how were y'all's feelings on like, man, what did I get myself into?
Oh my goodness. I remember I had a specific moment where it all kind of clicked. Like a week before I even did the show, I was just like living a normal life and working on the farm and working in my family's restaurant. And then the next week I was in Nashville here, and they kept us separated from each other at first. So we met for the first time on camera, and then they walked us in the bar and we saw all the girls standing there and they're all yelling as we're walking in. I just remember there was like all these cameras and lights on me, and I was like, how the hell did I get here? You know, it was like a deer in headlights moment. It was so much. And I think after that moment, I kind of got used to it, as I was just like, they're all normal people. It's not that big of a deal. But I think in the beginning, it was just like so weird to think that like we're all just regular dudes and now we're on a TV show.
Even in something like this, you know, you just kind of sit back and you're like, I should be in a tractor right now, you know, like literally this time I should be right now being a tractor. But like it's just so cool. And, you know, there's been a lot of those moments where we're like, and just like Sean said, not yelling, screaming, you know, when we're walking in, we're both all looking at each other like, no turning back now, like we're in it. But, you know, I think we all had a pretty good experience. I mean, it wasn't easy. I mean, I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was, and I was kind of blown away how real it got, because like you said earlier, like you hear reality TV and you're never really sure, like, you know, is this real, is this not real? And, you know, I felt like, you know, I won't speak for you guys, but I felt like it got pretty real, and I was like, oh boy, I'm in trouble. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, like I mentioned, like you're putting yourself out there. I mean, you're literally dating. We're not talking about some, you know, random TV channels they have these days. You're talking about Fox.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
And they're coming back to our house in our real life, and we're showcasing that to the world.
Those were the moments for me.
Yeah.
We all like lived in a trailer, and these women move into your house, and I was like walking through the yard one day, and they're all like in the house, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, I got 5 women living in my house right now.
Propane went out when it was about 20 degrees outside, and I was like, what? So I'm going inside. I don't care.
Braden, how did you feel when it all came to reality of like, hey, this is actually happening?
I mean, I don't think it hit me the same way. I kind of just looked at it as, you know, like, this is something that I'm going to get to do, you know, that I'll never get to do again, so I might as well embrace it and enjoy. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Can we get a fact check? Has there ever been 2 times that one person has been on this TV show?
2 times.
Like,
has anybody come back and
done the
I don't think in
redone
the
it.
U.S. variant, maybe in the other
Yeah,
countries.
maybe in
Yeah.
Australia, but not yet.
Okay,
Yeah,
not yet, Brett. But anyways, go
Well,
ahead.
man, I might
Brett's
be
getting
there. Who
ideas
knows?
right now.
Might be on season 5, so watch out. No, but I mean, I guess that first day, because this is the first time we get to meet, and the first time that we meet, we've got cameras around us, and it's all part of the production, and you've got to kind of size each other up and figure each other out and see, because you don't know what you're walking into. And luckily the boys they're good dudes, and we all just kind of hit it off pretty well. And so we were able to kind of lean on each other throughout the whole process of the show, because I mean, outside of our producers, we didn't have anybody else to talk to. We couldn't discuss what was going on or get advice from anybody, and so we kind of had each other's backs a little bit. And if we needed something, or if we needed something to talk about, we can kind of bounce ideas off each other. But I think that goes to say that when you got good dudes around you, it helps out the process a lot. And honestly, I had a bunch of good girls too. So my part of it was super fun, and I enjoyed every bit of it.
A lot of questions coming off of that.
Okay.
This is awesome. These are my favorite episodes, by the way. The fact that I'm gonna call this out. I'm gonna be that guy.
Yeah, shoot.
The fact that I wasn't the first show that y'all were on.
It's pretty insulting.
BS.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
Well, was it
just
was
say
it
it.
the-
I
Yeah.
almost reached out to you myself before they even did it. So
That was kind of messed up. Now that I'm thinking about it, like if anything, D, help me out here. Farmer wants a wife. How would you not come on like a farmer?
They got
And you
the
look at
same
it two
word.
different ways. Exactly. And this is my pitch right here. You can like a farmer, meaning like, hey, I like a farmer. I like y'all. Or you can be like a farmer. And the fact that they didn't put me on first, that's okay. We're going to move on.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned it, and I'm curious, when y'all first met, because that's a big thing too, especially on reality television. It's like, hey, y'all need to make sure y'all have a good relationship and a good vibe as well. Like, was there any type of hesitation of like, man, I don't really like Brett, or I don't really like Sean? Like, at what point were y'all like, you know what, hell yeah, we have a good group here?
I mean, for me, I'm the youngest one of the bunch. I'm 23. And so I remember when I first saw them, I was like, dang, these are men right here. I'm just a boy, So,
Just a boy.
but
I'm just
I mean,
a boy trying to find some love.
But I mean, no, we got along real quick. We got some time on camera and then off camera, and we hung out quite a bit. And they're great dudes, and we've hung out quite a bit after the show, so we get along just fine.
Yeah, I mean, became quick buddies. I mean, for sure. But like, yeah, there's a little bit of that. You're walking up, and you're not so much like sizing them up, but like, I see Sean walk up, and I'm like, good looking guy, and then respectfully, and Brett walks up, I'm like, tall bull rider. I'm like, geez, why am I here? You know what I mean? But like, I was just like, geez.
Brett walks up in here with the mustache.
Yeah, I'm like,
guns blazing.
he used to ride bulls.
Yeah. I was like, geez. Yeah, but no, like, we all met, and they were separating us a lot, because we'd be like talking too much.
We got close pretty quick. So
Yeah.
we were talking too much. We got to know each other too well, too fast, and so they were trying to keep us separated so we couldn't bounce ideas off of each other, on that first day.
And they want to save it for the show.
Yeah,
and all that.
but like I said, it was pretty fast that we all were just like, all right, like, these are good dudes. Like, you can kind of tell somebody pretty quick from their personality or whatever. But I mean, as you can see, we're still pretty close today. We talk to each other all the time, so it's been really cool.
Were there any type of, trying to be politically correct,
It's your show, man.
were there any type
you say
of,
what you're thinking.
were there any type of traits that like y'all look for in women? Like, are you a blonde? Are you a brunette? You like a blue eye, brown eyed?
I mean, at first they went through a process with all three of us, and they sat us down and on like a Zoom call, and they said, hey, what are you looking for in these qualities? And they would ask us all kind of questions of like what we do for fun and everything that went into it. So I feel like we all got pretty lucky in terms of all the girls that we initially met. I mean, they were all on paper checking all our boxes. So, I mean, it just took the time to spend with each one of them to see the chemistry in the real world situations. And we all got 15 minutes to date 9 girls in the beginning. Then we chose 5 girls to come home. And then
Hold on, start back up.
Okay.
15 minutes to
per girl.
No,
I
it
thought
was like 10. Yeah, we only got 10. You got
Maybe it
more
was
than
like
we
10 or
did.
15
Damn, you got
minutes.
15
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, 15
Hold on.
minutes.
We were,
Yeah,
we were
awesome.
rapid fire. You got some time with them.
10, 15, whatever it is.
It
but
was a
that's
short
like
time, yeah.
between each of the ladies.
Each person, right after one after another. I mean, it was. Honestly, I can't. I mean, it's hard to even remember at this point. But you saw, like, you met them first, and then you had your speed dates. And honestly, you've got 9 apiece, so you don't even remember their names.
Yeah.
You know, because you met them for 5 minutes, and so they're just rolling them through. I mean, you got 10 minutes, it's done. Next one, 10 minutes, done. Next one. And then after that, you've got to sit there and try to process which ones you had a good conversation with, which ones you were attracted to, which ones you weren't, that whole thing. So that process was pretty hectic, just by trying to figure out who you felt you had a connection with based off of 10 minutes, which is almost impossible to do.
Absolutely. Did any of y'all, like, kiss on the first?
Raise your hands if you kissed on the first.
On the speed dates?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I was like, I didn't. I don't know. if I
Raise your
did.
hand if you kissed on, like, the first date.
Me being young and dumb. Yeah,
Oh, man.
Young Sean.
I know.
But I mean, it's part of it. You get wrapped up in it. You can't blame him. I mean, I went into it with a
It's
different.
tough.
It is
like,
tough. Like I'm trying to help him out here, but I mean, it's like you can get wrapped up in it, and if you've got influence behind, whatever. It is different because you don't think about it, because we shoot for 5-6 weeks, but you're with these people all day, every day, and you don't have your phones, you don't have TV, you're just with each other, which honestly is a really good way to do it. And I reference it back to being in like the 90s and early 2000s before social media, where if you wanted to hang out with somebody, you had to go hang out with
Yeah,
them.
how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
36.
36. Oh, you're old.
Yeah, I'm old.
26.
26, 23,
23.
Yeah.
36.
So, but yeah, I
you're
mean,
a veteran.
No, I did. I've been in it for a while.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what it reminded me of, and I really enjoyed that, because that's how you get to know somebody best, is if you're just with them. And the process of the show and how it's set up, it is set up for success in that sense of it, because you're with your people and you figure out real quick who you want to be with and who you don't want to be with. And so I think that is one of the really cool things about this particular show. I don't know how other shows work, but for me, that was a lot of fun. And like I said, it doesn't seem like it's that long, but 1 week feels like a month. And, because it's just constant. So you get to know people really well, and you form connections really fast.
Do y'all talk to any of the other past contestants on the show? Like,
No,
for
I
advice
think
or anything like
I think it would be disrespectful.
No, he's talking about the dudes.
the dudes.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't.
Sean's like, actually, Pat, that's really disrespectful. Okay?
Why would you ask something like that?
Yeah, sweet. Remind me your fiance's name, Pat.
No, I have not talked to any of. I mean, I met Matt. He was on last season.
Yeah.
I met him at his place a few weeks ago, but before that, I hadn't talked to any
Gotcha.
of them. I went into it blind.
Which
Yeah.
I didn't. And look, it's one of those things. And you talk about, keep in mind, this show's had a lot of success.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch it in 32 countries,
Yeah,
226 marriages,
yeah,
565 babies,
yeah.
4 on the way. I mean, this show's no joke, right? I mean, this is like, hey, I'm not only signing up to be a part of it, I'm signing up to maybe even find my old lady.
Old lady and a baby, apparently.
And a baby,
Yeah.
correct.
There you go.
Was there any, when y'all have to bring the ladies to meet the parents? Any awkward situations going on, like that we can tease a little bit?
For me, it was the moms.
Yeah.
The moms came, and you know, you have those questions where they're, this is my daughter. How are you? The basic questions, the grilling questions, but they were all really cool. So it felt like it was just easy to mesh with, and I didn't have any weird experiences with that. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, I had a pretty smooth experience for like the meet the families part. I mean, I currently had my mind made up between my final two, and
Day one?
day one.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I mean, I had my mind made up, but I think my parents know me better than I know myself. So having them involved in meeting the girls in the end was just like an absolute clear answer,
So did your parents help you pick the final one?
On the show, yes.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like with what you're saying, there's a lot of times I feel like my parents know me better than I know me. And so that was a big help for me because, like, you get down to them final two, you're like, you're weighing every option, thinking about everything, and kind of seeing how your family reacts. And with my family, they didn't choose one way or the other. They just really, they're like, this is how we see how you're reacting, and like your body language and how we know you. And so that really helped me to kind of get a clear picture of, where I see myself going forward for sure. So
Can we play a game on the show?
For sure, man. We've been
Absolutely.
playing games all day.
All right, so hey, we play a game called Give 'em the Boot presented by TECOVAS, all right?
All right.
Now, I've got each one of y'all a brand new pair of TECOVAS,
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
and I'm pretty sure
11.5D.
I have y'all's correct sizes here.
It's awesome, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So what you got to do, and I made it easy with y'all. Usually when I do this game, there's a few questions. Y'all just have one question in the boot. Open it up,
Okay.
pull out the boot. There's one question there. You got to answer the question, then you get the pair of boots. Easy.
Are they in
It
the
will be
boot?
the one that like is
Okay.
kind of halfway open. There you go.
Well, if I'm
And
fine with boots.
it's inside.
These are
open.
slick, man.
These are nice
You like
beards.
that?
These are
Yeah.
awesome,
Oh,
dude.
dude, these are
I didn't
nice.
know like which one to.
No, that'd be great, dude. I tried to get the snake skins that the limited. Did you see those?
They're the best.
Did you get one?
I got one.
God, dude.
I got one.
One of my friends runs the Green Hill store here.
Yeah.
And she was like, dude, they were on for like an hour and they were out. And I was like, rattlesnake skin, best thing you can do.
No, they're quick to the punch. You got to get
Yeah,
after
you
it.
got to get on them. All right.
All right, here we go.
What's your ideal first date? All right. It's kind of funny because we had to answer this on the show. Without spoiling anything, because my ideal first date, I actually got to do it on the show. So I don't know if we can say it. We're good. My ideal first date, I wanted to take somebody horseback riding on the riverbank. Then have like a little fire there on the riverbank. So for me, a little sunset ride on the river type thing, and then hang it up by a fire. That was easy for me.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Horseback riding,
Yeah,
maybe a little picnic.
a little picnic, a little
snacks.
charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you would go, charcuterie?
I don't know. I was telling you it was like fried catfish normally,
There
but
you go.
yeah.
That's a good one. I like that. What's yours?
Worst date you've been on?
Oh. Okay.
So is that on the show or just in general?
No, just total. Yeah. Like,
I'm trying to think, man.
We'll be able to see what the worst date was
Oh,
on the
yeah.
show, but how about off
Yeah.
the show?
Honestly, this ain't a cop out. It's just I can't think of anything like crazy story happening like that made a first date bad. But there's been a couple where you're like, we just had nothing to talk about. That was a little awkward. So I wish I had a super funny story to tell. I don't really have a crazy worst date
Yeah, I feel like we're
story.
failing you, Pat, a little
Yeah.
bit.
That's okay. I mean, look, the social awkwardness is a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Oh,
You don't have to
actually,
feel-
I take everything back. I do kind of have one.
Let's hear it.
So there was one girl I was kind of talking to that came and like was just like, I didn't know her that well, but she was like, I want to come ride in the tractor because I was I was working ground. It was this time of year, and it was just one of those things, just had nothing to talk about. And I'm like trying to pay attention to what I'm doing and stuff like that. So there was that one time, that was probably the worst one. But that's the only thing that comes to mind. So,
Illinois, right?
Yep.
Illinois.
Yes, sir.
Don't ever say sir again. Jesus. Hey, keep in mind, I'm younger than this freak
you can
guy.
call me sir, but
Yeah. Was it hard to find love in Illinois?
Yeah, I mean, I come from a small town. And, I'm pretty close to Champaign, which is where the University of Illinois is.
Yeah.
So we got that going on. But,
Final Four.
yeah,
Right?
come
Yeah.
on.
Basketball
Come on.
school.
Yeah, we had a good year.
Oh,
So,
all the farm boys had a good year in basketball. Yeah, Nebraska made it big.
Yeah.
Iowa made it big. Illinois made it
Big
big.
Ten showed up
something
this
in
year.
the corn.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it would be, because it was a lot of like, if you didn't meet somebody in high school or if you didn't meet somebody in college, it's kind of like,
You're dating your cousin.
yeah. Well, there's a funny saying, like my buddies would be like, well, no, not there, but like he would be like, man, dating a small town's like all the good girls or whatever moved away. And then it leaves, well, my buddy dated her, so you can't really go there.
Yep.
And then it goes to, I don't think
How
you
many
want to
kids
date
you
her,
have.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then it's then like, well, then now you don't know who you're related to now.
Yeah.
So,
What mom is single?
yeah, then it's slim pickings after that.
Yeah.
Get
So,
it?
yeah.
I got the same question
Yeah.
as Brett. What is your ideal first date? For me, I really appreciate going out to like a nice dinner. It's always fun. But I think for me at heart, especially for a first date, to kind of feel the waters and test the waters, I'm a big outdoors guy. So I love just like being outdoors in general. So like going for a hike or going for some kind of adventure or going camping or fishing, just keeping it simple, see if there's chemistry there. And then if there is, then you can continue on and go for a nice date.
How were y'all two when y'all met, Sean? I mean, Sean's like way more put together.
This is actually
Dude,
so
we
funny.
had
You know
this-
what I'm saying?
We
Like,
have this conversation all
We
the
were
time.
like-
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like
Me
we're
and-
just rednecks, and Sean's like PR trained at 22. So
But I remember saying to Brett, I was like, we just met each other, and we like walking in the barn, and Kimberly's talking to us, and we hear Sean talk, and I'm like, does this guy have a mic in, or does he
Yeah,
have
he's
like an
got an
earpiece?
earpiece.
And then I'm like, he's like, so articulate
Yeah,
and well spoken.
polished.
Then it shifts to Brett and I, and we're like, yeah, man, it could be worse,
yeah, dude.
I was like,
We had no business standing up against Sean when Sean started talking, because
Yeah.
this is what we talk like. This is what we sound like. And Sean's answers are very articulate and very well spoken, and he says everything very well. And I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna sit over here and keep my redneck mouth shut for a little
These are
while.
like my older brothers. They always got something good to say about me.
That's the cool thing, though, about not only what y'all are doing, but ag in general. There's so many different personalities, because there's a farmer in each state, right? I mean, that's 50 type of different personalities. And the fact that y'all can come together and kind of highlight y'all's personality outside of that, because look, it's more than this show. Y'all have got Megan, y'all have got such a beautiful team behind y'all that will help not only in the show but in the future. And it's like, hey, like, who do y'all want to be when it comes to highlighting agriculture and farming? And I think that's the coolest thing. It's like everybody's going to have their own different personalities. I've sat with the farmers from last year, trust me. They're all different. I mean, they're all different, but they all have something to bring to the table, which I think is cool. And that's why I'm so excited to see this season of Farmer Wants a Wife, because it's more than just where y'all have come from. It's more than just like, hey, this is what I bring to the table. Because we're going to see some stuff. I can tell.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have an awkward day. You're going to have an awkward day. You're going and it's going to be really cool to see that. And just everybody's different when it comes to that.
Oh
You
yeah,
agree?
100%. I mean, like you said, different personalities. I mean, how you grew up is different, but we're all like-minded, and that's what's like kind of cool about it. Is Sean grew up like Hawaii and California, and best weather you can grow up in, and Braden grew up on on a crop
Worst weather
farm.
you can
Yeah,
think of growing
yeah.
up.
I grew up in Illinois, and yeah, you know, and then me, I'm growing up in a small town in the South, and it's kind of funny to think about because we come from such different places, but we all have the same values and morals, and I think that's what makes this type of show so good. Is you know, all your other stuff is you can have the spicy content and doing all this, but this show, it actually highlights you know, wholesomeness in a way. I mean, not in every aspect of it, but it highlights, you know, I think what people are wanting to see, because they don't get to see it on anything else, but you get to see real people living real lives. And you know, you think reality TV, people's like, reality TV, it's either real or it's fake, but I can go ahead and say, at least from my experience, that every conversation that I had during this TV show was authentic. Everything that we did was authentic. You know, there's certain things where they may be like, all right, highlight this and highlight that, you know, and bring this up, but the conversations are real. And I think that's what's cool about this show in particular is, you know, you're not overproduced, you're not staged. They want to highlight farming life and what it really looks like, and throwing in, you know, the dating side of it. So
Because it's kind of like fishes. I mean, a lot of, even the girls and, you know, definitely us, it's kind of like fishes out of water.
Yeah.
And it kind of works. You know what I mean? Because you see that real side. Because, you know, I can tell with these guys, like, what you see is what you get, and you can't really do anything else. And that's kind of how I went into it, because, you know, it can be nerve-wracking. You're, like you said before, you're putting yourself out there completely. And it's just like, man, you just got to go into it. I'm just going to be me, and that's all I can do. And, you know, love it or hate it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You're either gonna
authenticity
like it or you're not.
sells, I think. So, you know, I'm definitely impressed with these guys. I mean, you know, off camera, on camera, it's been the same thing. Yeah. So nothing different.
What was the number one thing that y'all got out of being on this show?
Pair of TECOVAS.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
I mean, well, we're all dating somebody, so I guess that's the number one thing. But I mean, also, I think that, like I said, the biggest thing is we got to highlight where we came from, and that's cool. Because you know, Sylvain, like, it's beautiful. It's a little Viking town, but it's awesome. and you know, and then he's in Homer, and I'm in Savannah, Tennessee, and you know, you don't get this type of stuff coming in ever. So when you get a chance to highlight where you came from and the people that you grew up with and where you grew up, I think that's one of the coolest things in the world. I mean, it makes me like it's like the Andy Griffith thing when they've got a movie coming in and everybody's decking out the town and all that and really excited. And he's like, no, I just wanted to see how you actually live. Like, that's what was appealing. I think that's the number one thing is we get to highlight who we are and like where we come from, and that's pretty cool at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint one thing, you know, but you know, like you said, it really worked out well for all of us. And you know, going in it's kind of easy to lose sight of that aspect of it, which sounds crazy, you know, but like there's so many outside things and so much going on. And then, you know, we get into it and we're like, wow, these are some pretty amazing women. And, you know, like I said, it gets pretty real. And, you know, that was probably the biggest thing I got out of it. But again, with everything Brett's saying,
I would agree. Like they said, I think it worked out really well for all three of us. And I think that's the biggest prize for me going forward. But I think also like a day like today, being here with you, you know, we're just three average dudes. And then being here in Nashville, riding around in a nice car and doing all these press things, it feels like so surreal. And I feel like we're all very blessed to be here.
Also, farmer found a friend.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Two good buddies for life, you know?
Can't beat that.
Yeah.
That's a great point. On the personal note, like as y'all individually, like what do y'all have coming down the pipeline that y'all are really excited about? Like, had the show, which is awesome. We're all excited to watch that. here soon, but like what's coming down the pipeline that you're like, you know what, this is what I've been working on for a long time, or this is what I now have a new idea that I want to do. Like anything cool coming down the pipeline that y'all want to talk about?
I mean,
Brett might want to get back in the bull.
yeah, I'm gonna jump back.
Might get
jump
on the
back.
bull.
Yeah, get the rope out again. I've got 2 companies, and this is a good opportunity to get some exposure on those and highlight those. And
Which are?
I've got a protein bar company called Alpha 10, and I've got an upcoming tequila seltzer brand called Good Girl. So we've got some of them. Yeah. Watch out now.
Okay.
But yes, I mean, it's a cool opportunity to highlight those and get some exposure and some light onto those. So looking forward to seeing what comes out of that.
Yeah, I mean, this show's bringing in a lot of cool stuff, like what we're doing right now. I mean, this is all so cool. I'm always going to be farming. That's where I want to be. And, I love what I'm doing now. But like I said, do a little bit of songwriting, music, gig around town, every dive bar you can think of in rural Illinois. But, getting some opportunities there that, I didn't think would come. But so that's cool to see and kind of navigate that a little bit. I don't think it would ever take me completely away from farming, but it's a cool avenue. So
For me, I've been working in my family's restaurants for 7 years now, and I'm starting to take the reins on taking it over long term as my parents retire, and then even down the line starting my own restaurants in the future and continuing this whole farm to table lifestyle for my future children. And something I've been working on recently is my own brand. My last name's Kavanaugh. It's a pretty strong Irish last name. So I've been working on my own whiskey, Kavanaugh Heritage Whiskey, my own heritage company that could result in a lot of things in the future, but it's a fun idea to play around with and see what it takes.
Damn it, Sean. Why are you so much better than these guys?
a lot more
I don't
PR
think so.
You're the
training.
younger one. I would have hated to have been these guys on the show.
I don't know.
Good for you, man.
Thank you, man.
Country music's hot right now.
Yeah.
Women in country music, I mean, it's just skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Is there any type of do y'all all listen to country music? Can I just assume that right now? When you think, I'm going to give y'all Mount Rushmore of country music, okay?
Yeah.
It's a tough question.
For
And-
female?
For females.
Oh, okay.
Farmer Wants a Wife female Mount Rushmore of country music, and y'all each get to pick one, and then y'all can decide on the last one.
Okay.
Sean, we'll start with you. Throw one up there. There's 4 of them.
Can you come back to me? I'll think of it.
Okay. Brett, we're starting with you.
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
Like, give our Mount Rushmore?
No.
Or like,
Just do one apiece.
One, and then
Oh.
y'all can agree on one at the end.
Loretta Lynn for sure.
Loretta Lynn,
Yeah, I got to put her on
Shania
there.
Twain,
Emmylou Harris.
Lou Harris. Okay, now one more. Y'all have to-
Dolly. I mean, you got to get
Throw
Dolly on there.
on there for sure.
Damn, y'all went old school.
Yeah.
You know what? I like that. I appreciate that. Thank y'all for coming on the show today.
Yeah,
Thanks for
man.
having us,
Dude,
dude.
it's been a
Yeah.
blast.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
I mean
awesome.
what I say. Like, this is, of course, we're all going to have a great time watching y'all be awkward and, like, do the whole relationship
Part
thing.
of it.
It'll be very entertaining. It'll give people hope, not only when it comes to dating, which, I mean, there's, like I said, season 4, there's a reason why this show is going upwards, and that's the only way it's going. But also, like, highlighting what y'all do for a living, which is the thing now. Like, I mean that. I'm telling you, like, literally the people that I've seen sit in y'all's chairs on this show, it's like, this is very important, and it's, like, really cool for y'all not only to be in that occupation, but also be able to expose yourself on the personal stuff, which is dating. So
Sure.
I really appreciate what y'all do.
Yeah, man. It's been a
Appreciate
blast, honestly. This is such a cool podcast and interview that you had going on, man. I've enjoyed the hell out of it.
Me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for having
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, man.
It's been a whole lot of fun.
And we'll stay in touch. We might do some.
Yeah.
Dude,
Might go
let's-
hang
Yeah,
out.
Dude,
Come
come
on.
on. Beer, man.
Yeah. Sean's 20.
23.
I'm a
he just hits the cut.
I was about to say, we might have a DD. But anyways, hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in every single Wednesday. Why don't you go on YouTube, type in Like a Farmer, see who's on the episode, wherever you listen to your audio podcast. Continue to like, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever you got to do to be like a farmer.